We're in the third quarter. The crowd on hand here at Mumford Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. There's Dr. Isaac Gregg and the Southern University Marching Band. Listen to him for a moment. Delaware State, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard, the 8-yard line. So the shutout is averted. Swain's 6th touchdown reception of the year.
Well, here it is again. Michael Cherry, the defensive back number 5, is playing him too far off with only such a short distance to go. He should really be in a bump and run situation. There's no way to really cover that. Good play, good heads-up play by Irwin Bennett, the quarterback. Good reception, good catch for the touchdown, Carnell Swain. I'm sure they're going for 2.
They certainly are. 2-point conversion.
Great pattern of Swain.
And it is a flag is down.
Well, it's either on Swain for pushing off, keeping it away from Scott. Now with a comfortable lead of
46 to nothing.
He decides to kick it away.
No scoring in the third quarter. First score of the second half. Southern got so close. In fact, to the 27 yards against St. Paul. So it's now a 46 to nothing ball game with 9:28 left in the contest. Against Keith Harris.
For interference.
So they'll get another chance. 6:09 remaining.
One of the most prevalent patterns that's going to be thrown on a defensive back this close. Man, should have been caught. Hit a big piece with his hand, almost bobbled, almost came up with his hand. Well, they get another opportunity at it. 6 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the contest.
It's an 80-yard drive they capped there.
Most convincing drive all evening.
Bennett throws, and they get it with Byron Horton, the tight end. Or is that Theron Hayes?
Theron Hayes.
41. Coming out of the backfield, so it's a 2-point conversion. And it's 46 to 8. As you look at it once again.
Here it is again. Almost that same type of pattern that was knocked off previous to the touchdown by Swain and Hart. Get a chance to see it again. Bennett caps the drive with a touchdown. Now he comes back with a point after touchdown and converts to 2 points.
Oh, man. And this time into the corner. He's looking for Brett Washington, and Bertram Chu is covering. Just a little bit too far. If he'd have taken a little off of it, he might have had sense, because the ball was on the outside and the defender was on the inside. Second down and 10. I said the ball was at the 11. It's at the 16-yard line, rather. And it's 2nd and 10.
Jag comes to life again. The band pumps his spirit.
Flag is down. Bennett runs out of the pocket. Bounced out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Penalty marker is down. Illegal motion against Southern. So it'll be 2nd and 15 or either 3rd and 10. Let's see if they decline the penalty or if they take it. Will Collins looks on. His team out in front 39 to nothing. 11:27 remaining in the contest. Coaches are saying take the penalty. 5 yards. Keep him out of the field goal range. They're looking for that shutout.
Yes, there are no question about that. It's been a hard-fought ball game. 11 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the fourth and final quarter. And I'm sure after going this far, they would like to somewhat put a shutout on the scoreboard.
We mentioned Southern has not been shut out this year. Delaware State has scored one shutout. That was against Morgan, 35-0. Bennett again throwing. Intercepted. Third interception of the night. Flag is down. Keith Harris on the interception, his second interception of the year. He had one, he ran back for a touchdown for Southern University, a junior from Houston, Texas. As we look at that last scoring drive, that was an 80-yard drive, actually. But that drive started at their own 20-yard line. As you look at the return man for Delaware State, that is Curtis Trout, number 21. There's Rout's kick.
Route to Trout.
At the 2, Trot. Up the gap and out to the 22. 23-yard line. Fans enjoying themselves along with the dancing dolls. I'll tell you, they look good down there. We need to see a little more of them.
Sherelle, they look good to me.
Well, the band is causing the quarterback, which is Kevin Samuels, who has just come on, number 11.
Yes, and the lead. 39-0.
As long as they hold the ball, Lem, that means you can't get back in the ball game.
That's true. That's true.
The clock is still running, even though we're holding.
Relatively a clean game as far as penalties. 7 penalties for 60 yards of the first half. They've almost eclipsed that already here in the early going of the third quarter. Second and 30 is what Delaware State is faced with.
And again, it was Barnes on the carry out to the 10-yard line. It's a third down and long. Third and about 24. The Hornets came in here expecting a much tougher game, as you would imagine. You don't come in thinking you're going to cakewalk anybody. Well, that's what it's been so far.
Yes, it has, Charlie. Virtually, and both you and I were looking for a more fired-up game from the Jags of Southern because of the great victory they had last week against Tennessee State.
Here's Comer on third and long, and he may get the first down. Boy, he was really hit, though. He'll be about 12 yards shy, but he almost broke out of there. Torrin Robinson really laid a hit on him, number 15.
Picture-perfect tackle. Good tackle by Torrin Robinson.
He's the 4th leading tackler on this Jaguar team.
Play action there to Barnes. Ball is handed off to Comer. Nifty move here. Evades a few tacklers, and boom. Torrin Robinson on the stop. Good spiraling punt.
Wheeler. This is Frankie Brown. And Frankie Brown is out to the 42-yard line. Andre Williams on the stop. Good field position, though, for Southern University. The deepest penetration that they've had in this ball game tonight is to their own 40-yard line. Now they're going to start at their own 43. 7:51 remaining in the contest. Player still down at the 45-yard line. With all the open seats here, you would think that two guys could get far enough apart they wouldn't have to go to the second compromise. Don't forget, at the end of the night's contest, Lem and I will be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player, and along with that selection, we'll select a player from each team. From to be hard to pick one from Southern, I'll tell you tonight, but $500 in scholarship money will be awarded to the school in that player's name. You look at some of the dancing dolls from Southern University. I want to remind our viewers that Video Soul has moved. That's right. Not from BET, but just to a new time. Now join host Donnie Simpson at 1 and 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the best in urban contemporary music. Just watch Video Soul at 1 and 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, only on BET. And the man being carried off, number 57, is a guy they can...
Washington, as he has to try and employ that vertical leaping ability just off the outstretched fingertips. Incomplete, bring up a 4th down punting situation.
And they still haven't gotten into Delaware State territory.
Started at the 43 and offside, I'm sure, here, and it ended at the 43.
Great punt. Fumble. And
Taylor knocks it
out of bounds at the 12-yard line. They may decline this one because they still will be shy of a 1st down. Let's see. Someone jumped a little bit too quickly on that defensive side for the Hornets of Delaware State. Now it's up to Southern whether they're going to punt it again or whether they're going to leave the ball at the 12. Looks like they're going to punt it over.
Well,
or was he drawn offsides? Now let's again wait and see. We have not seen. It's going to be against Southern, believe it or not.
Well, it's a wise choice to have it punted again.
A 15-yard penalty?
More than offsides.
Ineligible man downfield, or illegal substitution. They may have had too many men on the field. They may have had 12 men on the field. Plus they lose a down, so they can't have a 5th down.
Southern's trying to do anything.
Lance Hughes had to pick it up off the dirt. Not as good a kick. Maybe he can get the bounce. It's fielded. And down at the 30-yard line is Taylor. We'll be back. We're in the 3rd quarter. Southern trailing 39-0.
By Taylor.
Well, they're trying to keep the faith. Down 18-0. Still 45 minutes of football left here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But 18-0 is on the scoreboard in favor of a visiting team from Dover, Delaware. The Hornets of Delaware State will lead the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference with a 3-0 record. They're ranked 20th in the nation.
It's been employing just good defense all evening. There's been some holes at the point of attack, but the defense is so quick, Charlie, and they read players so well and diagnosing them. They get there before that hole is open any length of time.
8.5 minutes left in this one. Charlie Neal and Lombardi with you here, and a lot of this crowd has already left. Not much to stick around for now with 8:15 remaining in the contest and a 46-0 lead by the opposition. Nice pass to Scott. Scott has a 1st down, and he's at the 45-yard line of Delaware State. Andre Williams, number 94, on the stop.
Well, Bennett is scrambling for his life. There's not a blitz on, just a good line done here by Delaware State.
Pressbury
puts the heat on him. He remains cool and poised and spots an open Scott downfield. Scott makes a nifty move here. Andre White comes in and puts the polishing hit off on him. However, after he's got crossed the 50-yard line, marked at the 48.5-yard line, 46.5.
And there's a player shaken up for Delaware State. He's down at the 45-yard line. We've not been able to ascertain who it is right now. And Coach Joe Collick coming out on top. The final score, 46-8. Bill Collick, his 7th win in his first year as head coach. He is now 7-2. Southern, meanwhile, falls to a record of 5-4. It is not a conference game, but Southern only has one conference game remaining. As you know, at the end of each contest, we present our Budweiser Most Valuable Player awards, and for Delaware State, it goes to split end John Taylor. 2 receptions, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 a 91-yarder. He also had 1 run on an end around for 7 yards and a touchdown for the losing Southern University Jaguars linebacker Chris Scott. Next week, Lim and I will be in Greensboro, North Carolina. It'll be North Carolina A&T hosting North Carolina Central University. I'd like to thank some people who made our job a little easier. Southern University President Dr. Jeffrey Wissington, Athletic Director Dr. Richard Hill, Sports Information Director Kevin O'Keefe, Delaware State College President Dr. Luna Michoud, Athletic Director Nelson Townsend, and Sports Information Director Maxine Lewis, and a fine job on stats from Mark West. For Lim Barney, the entire BET sports staff, this is Charlie Neal saying so long from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The final score, Southern University 46 and Delaware State 8.